Fake news isn't just for politics. As it turns out, we've all been believing some pretty outrageous facts that are totally 100% untrue. Get ready to laugh, learn, and maybe even question some of the foundation blocks of the things you thought you knew as we expose 25 of the most common misconceptions still doing the rounds today. I'm Mike with List 25, and here are 25 popular facts that are untrue. 25. Atoms aren't the smallest things out there. While we often hear about atoms being the building blocks of everything around us, they're not the smallest unit of matter. There are even tinier particles lurking within atoms, like protons, neutrons, and electrons. Now, while an atom isn't the absolute smallest thing out there, it is the smallest unit of a chemical element. So, in a way, it's still the smallest piece you can have of something, like gold or oxygen. 24. There's more to color blindness than meets the eye. There's a lot more to color blindness than most people realize. For starters, not everyone with it sees the world in shades of gray. In fact, there are different types of color blindness, and each one affects vision in a unique way. For example, people with protanopia, a type of red-green color blindness, may see orange and green as yellow, and blue and purple might look the same. I think this is what my dad had, because he couldn't tell blue from purple. Color blindness is caused by abnormalities in the cone cells of the eye, which are responsible for detecting color. So depending on which type of cone cell is affected, and to what degree, people with color blindness will see colors differently. 23. The Tiny Titans. Have you ever heard that ants can lift 5,000 times their own weight? That's incredible, right? Well, unfortunately, as it turns out, that number is not entirely accurate. While ants are without a doubt the best weightlifters in the insect world, the truth is they can only lift 10 to 50 times their own weight. I mean, that's still pretty impressive. That's like a human lifting a car. So where did that 5,000 number come from? That's how much pressure their necks can withstand, not the weight they can actually carry, which still makes them pretty incredible no matter how we look at it. 22. Your taste buds. Your taste buds are on your tongue, right? Well, they're there too. While your tongue is definitely a taste bud hotspot, it's not the only place these flavor detectors are hiding. You've also got taste buds scattered throughout your mouth and throat. While I'm talking about the back of your throat, your epiglottis, that flap that stops food from going down the wrong pipe, and even the top of your esophagus. Some scientists even believe there are taste buds in your nasal cavity. 21. Dying from a broken heart. We've all felt the sting of heartbreak. Whether it's the end of a relationship, the loss of a loved one, or a major life change, emotional pain can feel overwhelming. But it won't kill you, right? Wrong. While the saying, dying of a broken heart, seems like a dramatic exaggeration, there's a real medical condition called broken heart syndrome that can be triggered by intense emotional distress. This syndrome, also known as Takotsubo cardiomyopathy, mimics a heart attack with symptoms like chest pain and shortness of breath. It's caused by a surge of stress hormones, which can temporarily weaken the heart muscle. While most people recover fully, in rare cases, about 1% of the time, broken heart syndrome can be fatal. 20. Dr. Pepper's claim to fame. Are you under the impression that Coca-Cola was the OG of American soft drinks? Not even close. Coke might be an American icon, but it wasn't the first on the scene. That honor goes to Dr. Pepper. Born in a drugstore in Texas in 1885, Dr. Pepper in fact hit the markets a full year before Coke made its debut. So, maybe give the doc a little respect. 19. A tribute to 6 Degrees. Contrary to popular belief, the social giant known as Meta, or, Facebook, was not the first social media platform to grace the World Wide Web. Nor was MySpace. That honor goes to a website you've probably never even heard of, 6 Degrees. Launched in 1996, 6 Degrees allowed its users to create profiles, connect with friends, and even join groups based on their shared interests. All the features we've grown used to on Facebook. Granted, 6 Degrees eventually faded into internet obscurity, but it paved the way for the social media Goliaths we love or hate, or love to hate today. 18. Starving a fever and feeding a cold. It might be something your grandma swore by, but the truth is, it is completely outdated advice. Whether you're shivering with chills or burning up with a fever, your body is working hard to fight off those nasty germs. And what does a hardworking body need? Fuel. That's right, even if you don't have much of an appetite, eating nutritious foods is important to boost your immune system. So the next time you're under the weather, forget that old wives' tale. Feed that cold and that fever. 17. Detoxing. A lot of people firmly believe in the power of a cleanse and love to tout the wonders of a trendy detox diet or juice cleanse. But the truth is, detox diets are just a fad. The human body is a self-cleaning marvel and comes equipped with a sophisticated system of organs, like your liver and kidneys, that are designed to filter out toxins and waste products. Those expensive juices and supplements aren't doing anything your body can't already handle on its own. In fact, some detox diets can even be harmful, depriving your body of essential nutrients and electrolytes. 16. Tans and sunburns. Have you ever heard that a base tan will protect your skin from the sun's harmful rays? That's a dangerous misconception. Although tanning salon visits may give you a temporary glow, they do little to protect you from future sunburns. In fact, a base tan is about as effective as wearing SPF 3 sunscreen, which is practically nothing. So why do people still believe in the base tan myth? It might be because a tan can temporarily make your skin less sensitive to sunburn, but that doesn't mean your skin isn't still being damaged by the sun's harmful UV rays. Wear sunscreen. Oh, that song takes me back. Look up the sunscreen song if you have no idea what I'm talking about. Class of 99, how did it begin? Was it Class of 99? I think it was Class of 99. Oh, it's been forever since I've heard. Baz Luhrmann. He did Moulin Rouge and Romeo plus Juliet. And Australia. I'm just rambling now. 15. Toilet seat diseases. Are you afraid of catching something nasty from a public toilet seat? Well, you can finally relax. It's a common fear, but the truth is it's pretty much impossible to get sick from sitting on a toilet. Sure, there might be germs lurking on that porcelain throne, but most of them can't survive for long outside the human body. Even if a few hardy germs did stick around, they'd have to find a way into your body through a cut or other opening to even cause an infection. 14. Reading in the dark. Parents and teachers have been telling us for ages that reading in dim light will ruin our eyesight. But guess what? It is time for that myth to go. Yes, reading in low light can make your eyes feel tired and strained, and you might have a harder time focusing, but it won't cause any permanent damage to your peepers. If you start feeling that familiar eye strain, just take a break. Look away from the page for a bit or turn up the lights. Your eyes will bounce right back. No harm done. 13. The truth about stretching. Okay, let's have a heart-to-heart about stretching. We've all heard that you should stretch before you sweat to prevent injuries. But guess what? That old school wisdom might not be so wise after all. As it turns out, stretching cold muscles before a workout doesn't really do much to prevent those pulled muscles or strains. It's like trying to stretch a frozen rubber band. You're more likely to snap it than make it more flexible. So, what is the secret to injury prevention? According to the experts, you only have to focus on a good warm-up. Think light cardio, like jogging in place or jumping jacks, or do whatever you need to do to get your blood flowing and your muscles warm. You know what? You've made it this far, so why not like, share, comment, subscribe, and ring that bell? It really helps the channel so we can keep making videos like this. Oh, and don't forget to check out our socials. 12. Sweating out toxins. While sweating it out can definitely feel good and might offer some benefits like improved circulation, there's no scientific evidence to support the claim that saunas actually remove toxins from your body. Your liver and kidneys are the organs responsible for filtering out wastes and toxins, and they do a pretty amazing job on their own, like I said before. In fact, some extreme sweat therapy practices can even be harmful, leading to dehydration and electrolyte imbalances. 11. The truth about sunburns. It's a common misconception that sunburns only happen on a hot, sunny day. But the truth is that harmful UV rays can sneak through the clouds and cause damage even when it's not scorching outside. In fact, it's quite easy for UV rays to get to you, even in the shade. So whether you're hitting the beach in the summer or skiing in the mountains in the winter, don't forget to protect your skin with sunscreen. When I was camping in Utah for 7 weeks, I was definitely told this. We're like, oh, it's snowing, we don't have to worry about it, but actually you can get sunburn in weird places because you can get the sun reflecting off the snow and you can get sunburn like up in here, which you never would think. So, it doesn't have to be completely sunny. Just wear sunscreen and listen to the sunscreen song again. 10. The color of clouds. Have you ever wondered why clouds are white? It's easy to assume it's because they're reflecting the sun's light, right? But that's not the whole story. The secret to their fluffy white appearance actually lies in the size of the water droplets that make up those clouds. When those droplets are roughly the same size as the wavelength of white light, a phenomenon called Mie scattering occurs. This means the light gets scattered equally in all directions, making the cloud appear white to our eyes. They become gray or black when the droplets in those clouds have grown larger, to about the size of, raindrops. The bigger droplets scatter more light, preventing the bright white light from reaching our eyes. 9. Clouds and rain. Have you heard that all clouds eventually make rain? Well, sorry, but no. While it's true that all rain comes from clouds, not every cloud can make rain. Those fluffy cumulus clouds you see on sunny days, for instance, might look like they're packing a punch, but they're usually just passing through without causing a single drop. And those wispy cirrus clouds high in the sky, they're made of ice crystals and are too thin to produce proper rain. So, while all rain comes from clouds, not all clouds are created equal. It all boils down to the type of cloud, its altitude, and the atmospheric conditions. 8. Tomatoes and cancer. If you've ever worried that tomatoes might increase your risk of cancer, well, it's time to breathe a sigh of relief. The juicy red fruit is not your enemy. In fact, it might just be your best ally in the fight against cancer. Research has consistently shown that tomatoes and tomato-based products are linked to a lower risk of various types of cancer. The key ingredient? Lycopene, a powerful antioxidant found in abundance in tomatoes. This bright red compound has been shown to protect cells from damage, reduce inflammation, and even slow the growth of cancer cells. 7. Celery and Calories. Celery, the crunchy, low-calorie snack, is often hailed as a diet miracle. But is it really a negative calorie food, meaning that you burn more calories eating it than it actually contains? While celery is undeniably a low-calorie veggie, it is not calorie-free. It does take some energy to digest, but the amount of calories you burn chewing and digesting a stick of celery is far less than the calories it provides. So while celery is a healthy and hydrating snack, it's not going to magically melt away calories. Also, it's gross. It's stringy. Oh, I do not like celery. Ants on a log. I don't even like that. What a waste of peanut butter. Just give me the peanut butter. I'll take the raisins. I like the raisins. 6. The Tornado Alley myth. Tornadoes are not just a tornado alley phenomenon. While the Midwest and Southern Plains are famous for their twisters, it's a common misconception that these destructive storms are limited to that region. The truth is that tornadoes can strike anywhere in the United States, from the sunny shores of here in Florida to the snowy peaks of the Rockies. In fact, some states outside of Tornado Alley, like Florida, even see a higher frequency of tornadoes than some states within the alley. And it doesn't stop there. Tornadoes have even been reported on just about every continent except Antarctica, so they truly are a global phenomenon. And fun fact, they can sometimes come with hurricanes, so here in Florida, we get both. Hooray! 5. The weight of clouds. I guess if you love clouds, you're loving this list. And it's easy to believe that clouds are weightless, but that's actually a misconception. Clouds are made up of tiny water droplets or ice crystals, and those tiny particles add up. A typical cumulus cloud can weigh hundreds of thousands of tons, equivalent to the weight of over 100 elephants. So, how do these massive clouds stay afloat? It all comes down to density. While clouds are heavy, the air they displace is even heavier. This means that a cloud, despite its weight, is still less dense than the surrounding air, allowing it to float high above us. 'Cause she's so high, high above me. 4. Xmas versus Christmas. Xmas is everywhere during the holidays, and while some folks might think it's disrespectful to Christ, the real story behind it is actually pretty amazing. Believe it or not, that X isn't some modern attempt to make the holidays less religious. It's actually a nod to the ancient Greek word for Christ, Christos, which actually starts with the letter chi. The X is just a shorthand way of representing that letter. So the next time you see Xmas on a card or in a store window, don't get your tinsel in a tangle. It's not a sign of disrespect, but a nod to the roots of Christmas itself. I'm gonna start spelling Hanukkah with an X. I mean, we Hanukkah anyway, so there are multiple spellings of Hanukkah, which is fun. 3. The original chocolate sandwich cookie. Have you ever munched on a Hydrox cookie and thought it was just a knockoff Oreo? Well, you've been duped. The truth is, Hydrox was the original chocolate sandwich cookie, hitting the shelves in 1908, a full 4 years before Oreos even existed. Oreo's rise as the Cookie King is all due to the power of marketing and branding. Oreos simply outplayed Hydrox in the popularity contest, leading many to mistakenly believe that Hydrox was the copycat. 2. The word gringo existed long before the Mexican-American War. The word gringo is actually way older than that and popped up in a Spanish dictionary as early as 1787. So, where did it come from? The leading theory is that it evolved from the Spanish word griego, which means Greek. Spanish speakers used it in the same way as we say, "Yeah, it's all Greek to me," indicating something was difficult to understand or unintelligible. Over time, griego became gringo, and it started being used to refer to any foreigner who spoke a language the locals didn't understand. Pretty cool, right? 1. Irregardless of the haters, it's a real word. Irregardless. The word is frequently criticized by grammar purists, but guess what? It's actually a real word. And yes, it might sound a little redundant, but dictionaries recognize it as a legitimate word, meaning without regard to, or despite the circumstances. So why all the hate? That's probably because ir usually means not, so irregardless means not regardless, but hey, that's just the nature of language. It evolves, and every so often words just stick around, even if they don't make sense. The bottom line, irregardless of the grammar police's opinions, it's a real word. But don't use it in your next term paper, just in case. So, what are some other popular facts that are untrue? Let me know in the comments. And if you had fun with today's list, you will love our video on 25 facts about things you've always heard but aren't true, where I tackled even more widespread misconceptions, like the idea that GMOs are dangerous, Dairy Queen soft serve is real ice cream, and that alcohol actually helps you sleep. If you feel like hanging around a bit more, then just simply click on the link right here. Check it out.